Watch this Thursday evening. So Cryptowatch doesn't usually have a schedule. I just do it whenever, but it is a once a month live stream where we talk about cryptocurrencies, and I will magkwento ko konti on like how I got back into crypto. So I was kind of sidelined for a while, and then relatively recently I got back into it with very good timing apparently kasi medyo palapit na yung ano. There are a lot of events that people think will be a catalyst for explosive growth, like 2x Bitcoin, 3x Bitcoin. I mean, the sky's the limit. So we will talk about that after the usual ad break.
Sawa ka na ba sa unactivated Windows mo? Well, lucky you! Pinakabago mula sa cdkeyoffer.com. Windows 10 and Windows 11 activation codes. Legit, safe, at pinakamura. Madali lang umorder. Hanapin ang Windows version na gusto mo. Piliin ang preferred payment method. Wala pang 5 minutes, nagsisigi ka na para sa Windows mo. Marami na kaming natulungan.
Dati, sad and depressed ako. But now, I found the love of my life.
Dati, aimless and walang purpose ang life ko. But now, I'm a world-class Zumba instructor.
So, web developer ako and content creator for a YouTube channel. And ngayon, ganun pa rin ako pero activated na yung Windows ko.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkeyoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com. Yeah, so I will start out with kwento muna tayo. So yeah, I was sidelined for a bit sa crypto because it peaked really high and then it crashed, and I had a lot of coins left over. Like I didn't get out in time, so that got me down for a long time. So I was still watching the space, but I wasn't actively trading. But just last November, I really got back into it. And so, what's up, Paul John from Facebook? No, like I'm exclusively crypto. I don't do FX trading. So no like USD, NTD, pound, euro, things like that. It's just what's up, Domer? It's just crypto. So I was sidelined for a bit, but I really got back into it last November, and like total rabbit hole kind of got into it. So following people on Twitter, crypto Twitter, and then trying to see who gives out good advice, and identifying trends, identifying prices, using leverage, using futures. So all of these things, kind of high risk, high return, which is what I love about crypto. Na parang, you can be down. Just recently, like I was really like super down, and I made ill-advised short positions end of January. And like that was the biggest loss. Like hindi siya paper loss. I finally cut my losses. It was a wild ride, but really, really big. Like the most actual loss I ever realized, just like end of January this year. So like 2 weeks ago. But then 2 weeks later, oo nga pala. Sup, Dads Dior from Facebook. So I did want to, wait I was gonna flash this, but let me check first na, I'm gonna censor it first. I gotta censor it, wait lang. So I did want to flash. So just to illustrate gaano ka wild yung how far I've gone down the rabbit hole. Wait let me find the where is it? Oh, I guess I can do that. Wait. Nope, not that. yeah, so I am quite proud na yun nga, I've only been really like super serious into crypto again last November, but I trade a lot on Kraken. So this is the leaderboard on Kraken, the futures leaderboard. I'm in the top, or I was, this was a couple of days ago, top 300, which so wild. Parang di ko na imagine ever na major international exchange I would be, in the top whatever, let alone, top 300. It's pretty good. ROI 200% after, that's a 7-day period. Imagine 200% return in 7 days. So yeah, so that's me. You can look it up. Of course, I celebrated. You can give your own nickname. So Layot, Peripetea, and Deconstruction are all literature lit terms. Long time viewers know that I did take up literature in college. So I decided to celebrate my high rank with I changed my nickname to like literary terms. So yun, but yeah, 200% ROI, 7 days. So that's a futures leaderboard from a major international exchange, Kraken. You can sign up to them. I have an affiliate link in the description below, but only do it. Like please watch the videos I've done first, like in the basic beginner videos. You don't want to do futures right away. At least, give yourself like a month or so to dip yourself into, get yourself acquainted with the crypto space. What's up, Anton? I did get your email, Anton. Yes, I'm super down with it. I just been super busy today, but I definitely will reply like tonight or early tomorrow morning at the most. But yes, I'm like I am down for your suggestion. Although I'm more concerned for you. Feeling ko like what we can offer as an X deal is baka malugi kayo. But yeah, I'll reply. I do intend to reply to the email soon. Most of my trading is via futures, although I'm trying to build up my spot bags as well. But a lot of the profits that I do at this point are from my futures. I want to call them bets, but I also don't want to give people the wrong impression that, it's gambling. To a certain extent, all trading naman is gambling, whether it's stock trading, forex trading, crypto trading. So there is an element of skill, but there's also an element of chance. In any type of trading. Although I do admit that with crypto, the element of chance might be a bit more pronounced. Mas malaki yung percentage na that randomness factors into it. But for me, that's what makes it exciting. And again, for me, it's like poker. I mean, there is skill involved. And a lot of the time it's up to the player or the trader on, these are the cards that you're dealt. You bought in at this price, biglang nagka-gera somewhere, bumagsak yung presyo. I mean, things like that. I mentioned at the start of the stream that my biggest realized loss, so hindi paper loss, my biggest realized loss came just 2 weeks ago at the end of January. And that was the most money I ever lost on crypto. And I usually don't get into the numbers, but it was very substantial. Kasi yung realized loss yun, hindi yung paper loss. But again, it's up to the player, it's up to the trader how you pick yourself up and how you kind of rearrange your assets to cover it. And you're making sure that the purchases that you do after a bad beat, again, it's just like poker. You don't want to tilt too much, like, kung ano na lang binibili mo, or you buy the same kind of coins na parang revenge play na, you guys lost me so much money and I'm gonna make money off you guys. I'm gonna show you guys, and kind of personifying an abstraction. You don't want to do that. Although my biggest losses were short, so I bet that the price would go down, and they didn't, and that was on Bitcoin and on Sol, SOL, both two major coins at the moment. Of course, I did get back into the game, and that's how I was able to do this 200% ROI after 7 days, and part of that was using Bitcoin and Sol. So I did go back into those currencies, but not as a not as a revenge play, but more like as a more because it was a smart play. You can't be sidelined. You can't make any money on crypto if you avoid Bitcoin and Sol, I think. I mean, you can, but you're just giving yourself a hard time. for sure, don't do futures if you're a beginner. I'm not like a super big fan of TA, to be honest. And yeah, so like part of the reason why I wanted to do the podcast, the live stream now was that crypto is super heating up. Like the terms like parabolic, teleportation, like the price is 50K, 52K now, biglang tataas to 62K, 100K. It sounds like it sounds hyperbolic. It sounds like complete exaggeration, but the ever since the Bitcoin spot ETF, so basically big financial institutions in the states finally got the Bitcoin spot ETF approved, which in very basic terms makes it a lot easier for the man on the street, or you just want to invest in something for your retirement fund. You don't care what it is. The Bitcoin spot ETF from the types of Vanguard, from BlackRock, these major financial institutions allows you to do that. So there's a flood of new money, liquidity coming into the market. It's just started, and then now why people think it might go parabolic, the price, is that you there will be a halving. So the halving is basically the way Bitcoin works is from the very beginning, nakaset up na yan na once it reaches X number of blocks. Blocks are basically every time a block is completed, new Bitcoin is generated in an X amount. Before it's like 100 Bitcoin, now it's like 50 Bitcoin. I don't know the exact amounts, but parang ganon. Every time there's a transaction on the Bitcoin network, Bitcoin is transferred between so and so. People need to validate the transaction, and the work that's done there is basically fit into a block. Once a block is generated, new Bitcoin is also generated. But built into the system are called halving periods. Once the system reaches a certain block, the amount of new Bitcoin generated is halved. So I think it's like 22 Bitcoin now. It'll be just like 11 Bitcoin or something like that. Parang ganon. So basically, the supply is severely curtailed after the end of each halving because new Bitcoin is generated, but so much less of it is generated. So that's what's nice about Bitcoin, is that it's inherently deflationary, unlike fiat currency where you can just keep printing, and that's the quantitative easing of the US, diba? We're having economic problems. We need bailout money. That's then the monetary authority involved can literally print money. The problem with that is, of course, inflation. And that's the yan yung end result ng QE. I don't want to make it super technical or something, but just basic economics. The more there is of something, the less valuable it is. And that's what happens to the dollar. The more times you do quantitative easing, you just keep printing money. That's why people like Bitcoin. One of the reasons why Bitcoin is valuable is that it's inherently deflationary. You can't change the system. There will be only an X number of Bitcoin ever produced ever. Plus, the rate at which it's produced becomes less and less over time. In very basic terms. So you couple the halving with the Spotcoin BTF, those financial institutions need to hold Bitcoin. So they've been buying up Bitcoin from the open market. People think that eventually, very soon, demand will outstrip supply because those financial institutions, the very big ones that offered spot Bitcoin ETFs, need to hold Bitcoin. Now they can't find Bitcoin, the price will dramatically shoot up. And so the halving is, there's no exact date for the halving. It's dependent on when block number so and so is minted or is formed. But based on the number of blocks left, and the speed at which they're mined or the blocks are generated, people think that the halving will be around April. So you have many people looking for Bitcoin. The financial institutions which are carrying the spot Bitcoin ETFs, and then you have the halving, demand quickly outstripping supply, and then that's why people are thinking now that the Bitcoin price will go up very dramatically very soon. Plus, it's coming at the tail end of like a 4-year cycle, so people have mapped it out. And I know I don't mean to sound like a crazy person that like look at that wave. You got that's technical analysis where you just look at the graph and you kind of like figure out that there's a cup and hold maneuver or something. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of TA. I think it's kind of like Roman generals before when they were trying to figure out, is this a good day for battle? So they would they would kill chickens, open up, look at their guts, or try to see like how the chickens ate. If the chickens ate, then it was a good day to do battle. It was an auspicious day to do battle. The augurs were good. But if the chickens didn't eat, they would that was a bad time to go to battle. That's kind of how I feel about TA. I mean, yes, it's valuable, but I don't put maybe 90% of it's only 10% of the decisions I make whether to buy into a crypto or not. So I feel like TA is a lot of that. A lot of TAs that kind of just kind of mumbo jumbo, looking at the entrails of chickens. My favorite anecdote about Roman generals, and about trying to figure out, trying to get prophecies, trying to figure out whether it is a good day to do battle. So they had one Roman general, I forget which era, but he had a landing force. So there was a big landing force, and then the digression muna tayo. And he was trying to figure out, is this a good time to land my forces and do battle with the enemy? I forget if it's the Carthaginians or the Romans had a lot of enemies, so I can't remember which ones. And so they did the chickens, and the thing is, if the chickens eat, then it's a good time to do battle. The chickens didn't eat. Sa frustration ng Roman general, so sobrang pikon niya, nainis na siya sa mga manok, tinapon niya overboard. And he said, well, maybe if they're not hungry, maybe they're thirsty. And, he proceeded to land and engage the enemy, even though the signs were not good. And, this is my rant. Like, I'm not super into TA. I think it's like, a bunch of magic mumbo jumbo, just trying to find patterns on graphs. But that said, that particular general lost that battle. So maybe he should have just waited for his chickens to eat instead of throwing them overboard. But, that's life. I do not use a gaming laptop. I use an Asus, just to do a tech question first. Because number one, I haven't been traveling a lot. Number two, even if I did, usually when I travel, I don't game while I'm traveling, so I don't feel I need a gaming laptop. So I trick out. I'm very happy with my desktop, and that's what I use to game a lot. So I don't have a gaming laptop. I do have a laptop for work. It's an Asus OLED, the touchscreen. I'm super happy with it. I will just post the link to the review in case anybody needs it. Hang on. So this laptop for me is great. Like, I can do anything. That's my review of the laptop I'm currently using. Not sponsored by Asus. Asus didn't even know I was buying a laptop from them. I used our supplier, the hardware sugar supplier. But sup Christian Espinosa, good evening. But they had no idea that I bought one of their laptops. It's made me super productive. Like, I bring my daughter to school most every day. So while she is in school, I can be in the car and doing work and catching up on things. Perfect for what I need it for. Plus, I really purposely got the OLED version because I use it to watch a lot of videos, whether on YouTube or on other videos. So beautiful screen. And I like the touchscreen. You can fully fold it all the way. A lot of reviewers criticized it. Gimmick lang yun, the touchscreen and the folding thing. But I find it to be super useful. I don't find it to be a gimmick at all. I find it as a feature talaga. Hindi lang like, look what we can do, but nobody uses it. I like that. Now you can flip it whichever way, and you use the touchscreen. So not a gaming laptop, but this one in the review, I found it super useful. I actually want to do a video on this. I did copy trading on Bybit with So short answer, yes, but hindi yung mga tao. So I followed two traders na sobrang taas ng ROI nila. But the trades were just like I could do those trades. And then it wasn't particularly may ROI naman ako. I followed them for 2 weeks. So there were two guys. I just wanted to. These are traders that I follow both on Twitter and then I followed them on Bybit. And profitable naman yung trades, but I didn't really think na it was something valuable, like nadagdagan yung, like, this is something that I couldn't do, and so I was happy giving them the money. Parang the trades, there's a Bitcoin, yung isang trader maraming ang trade, pero parang feeling ko di ko nakita yung logic, tas maliit lang yung ROI ko, although up naman ako sa pareho. What I do copy trade on Bybit are the bots. The bots are effing amazing. Like no joke. So I'm just gonna throw out some numbers. I gave a bot $2,000. After 2 days, he was up by like 1,000. And then so I terminated it. So ganun ako sa Bybit bots. I choose the futures bots. I choose the ones that have been running for a long time. I choose the ones with the high ROI and with the currency na I'm familiar with. Sol, Tia, Celestial. And like it's been wild. The bots effing like ridiculous. Yun nga. So that's a real life example. I gave the bot $2,000. A lot of money, but at the same time, not that much money. I mean, to be honest, like the volume and the prices, 2,000 in pesos, like 100 plus thousand. But yeah, I felt to make it a valid test, to give him that amount, the bot. And like 2 days later, it was like up by 1,000. But you need to terminate right away, or at least that's the way I do it. I don't know how these bots run. Like maybe in the very limited time frame that I gave the bot, I was already up like 50%, like $1,000. And like hell, I'm booking that. I'm gonna realize that profit. I'm gonna take profit. So, yeah. So the bots on Bybit have been amazing, but you have to like I've been paper loss down like $2,000 on the Bybit bots. But you have to have a strong stomach. But if you've been trading crypto for a long time, you do. And you kind of have to know the general trend of the market, whether paakyat siya or pababa. Because, it's okay to take paper losses with the, hindi naman talaga yan magpa-profitable ka agad. So this one bot, it really like threw me through the ringer. Like I think I had it for much longer than I usually do, maybe like 4 days. Pero it was down like $2,000. Like, oh, F, man. But I stuck with him. I'm like, I believe in you, bot. And at the end of the day, naka-profit naman siya. Then I terminated him. So we parted on amicable terms. Size 87, no. You 10,000 pesos is enough to start. Again, this is not financial advice, but I really do like for me, any long-term portfolio is lacking if it doesn't have some kind of crypto in it. 10,000 pesos is fine. You don't need. I just threw out the dollars that that I experimented with. Just to give you a sense of the scale, like 50%. But you have 10,000 pesos, you put that in something that generates 50% returns after 2 days. I mean, that's excellent. Again, this is not financial advice. And I'm not telling you should copy trade the Bybit bot or whatever, but I'm saying that it is very possible. And the opportunity is there. If you kind of like learn more first about like how to start. And I really, Hardware Sugar is a channel where we talk about computers, but it's very simplified. Not naman simplified, but we try to use terms that are very beginner friendly. That's the same way I'm trying to do with crypto. And like we have 2 videos in the video description down below, like what you need to know to start crypto trading and what you don't need to know to start crypto trading. So if you're a beginner, I really suggest to start with those 2 videos down in the video description. 10,000 pesos is fine. You can really start with any amount. It doesn't need to be big. But the only advice I ever give, whether it's in the videos or in the live streams, is that any money you put into crypto, should be money that you're willing to lose, whether that's 10,000 pesos or $10,000, 10,000 euro, it doesn't matter. Whatever amount you put into crypto, you should be willing to lose because it is super volatile. That's why I love it, to be honest. You there are memes like stock traders 10% down, like umiyak na sila. For a crypto trader, 10% down, that's just like any other Monday. I mean, it is ridiculous, the ups and downs of crypto. And that's why the masochist in me really enjoys it. Kasi sobrang roller coaster talaga yun eh. Akyat baba talaga yan. But you need... Sorry, got excited. But yun nga, it's like a poker game. You need to know when to hold. Like, there is a chance na akyat pa to. And you need to know when to fold. Yun nga, like just 2 weeks ago, yun nga, again, like I keep going back to just 2 weeks ago, I was really, really down. I made shorts. I bet that the market would go down on Bitcoin and Sol, and they didn't. And I was like, basically the amount that I made, I thought yung Bitcoin spot ETF, sobrang drama nun eh, before the US SEC finally decided to approve it. Like wild yung drama dun. Like the price would go up on the mere rumor, then it would go back down again. So I mean, hindi naman sa binubuhat ko yung sarili kong bangko, but I felt that I navigated that very volatile period very well. Yun nga, you hedge your bets. Again, it's very poker mindset, like how you play poker. You make value bets. Like if this goes down, okay lang, but if it goes up, it'll be like I'll make ×3 profit or something. Those are good value bets. It's always about risk assessment. So I thought I handled that period, that very volatile period, right before the Spotcoin BTF approval, the Bitcoin spot ETF approval, very well. There was a fake tweet from the official US SEC Twitter account. Wild yung period na yun, early January. So, I made some money. I was patting myself on the back. But like 90% of that money I lost just 2 weeks later at the end of January. And I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't those shorts. Like iniisip, like ginagawa ko pa sa mobile ko outside. Like I wasn't at my desktop, and I was like being very cavalier about it. Oh yeah, I'm sure bababa to. Imposible na. Like the prices had risen so much already. I felt that the market was still in a bearish state. Like it hadn't recovered yet. So like tatanga-tanga ko. Parang I just shorted without thinking. And yeah, it's like 90% of the money I made that pinaghirapan ko yun during the lead up to the approval of the Bitcoin spot ETF. I just lost it on those shorts that were ill-advised. So now I do keep a investment log. So basically every day I just write down like my thoughts, like the trades I did, did the market go up or down, and just very like loose. My comments on the market. And at the very top of that investment log, so every day I log my thoughts. On the very top of that, I'm not someone who uses curse words freely. Like very occasionally. Yeah, but I don't use them on a regular basis. But at the very top of that log, I put shorts will F you up. Like all bold, without censor, shorts will F you up. And that's really... So I've been trading for a long time. I've been in the crypto space, like interested in the crypto space for a long time. But it's really just been the past 3 months since last November na like todo talaga, like 100%. And I'm still learning. And you really don't learn until you lose money. You can kind of like making money in the crypto space. It's not really an education. I mean, yeah, you figure out what works, the Bybit bots, they work, and ano yung parameters that you can run them on, and when you should take profit and things like that. But I think the most valuable lessons I learned is when I was really down. Like I mentioned that November, like I started trading around mga August, but yung medyo hindi pa ako super into it. And then last November, I lost everything, like wipe out. Like the little that I had been trading from August to November, wipe out. Also on shorts. So like shorts will really F you up, man. But yun nga, I doubled down again. January, yun nga, I lost like 90% of what I had gained from but doubled down again. So it's really, the losses are really what make an impression on you rather than the wins. And it's nice to be in the green. And again, yun nga, top 200 or so trader on the Kraken exchange for futures, 200% return after 7 days. within a 7-day period. So yun nga, again, hindi naman na kinakarga ko yung, parang binubuhat ko yung sarili kong bangko, but 200% return after 7 days is pretty darn good, right? But I feel that that's only possible because that was like years in the making for me. Years that I've been interested in the space and trading and the losses. The losses, man. Like yun nga, just literally 2 weeks ago, I was like down 90% of what I carried in, of what I made. So it's a very volatile market, but you can really start with any amount. But that's really the only price. That's really the only. I'll check that out later, Paul John. Is that like a meme nga na, yun nga, parang stock traders, 10% down, 50% down, parang iyakan na 20% down, 15% down for a crypto trader. It's just like, the joke is 15% down, buy some more. I mean, especially for the Bitcoin diehards. The Bitcoin diehards are wild. So I'm just gonna run the ad again, and then after the ad break, I'll just talk about like where the market supposedly is going, why I think that, because spoiler alert, like so I've super gone down the rabbit hole. I've even paid people. Like there are groups on Telegram. Like this is how wild down the rabbit hole I've gone. There are groups on Telegram where you pay people several hundreds of dollars depending on the group. I'll talk more about how much I've spent on those groups after the break. But there's this one group talaga by this one guy. I think he is excellent. So I really, part of the profits that I made, I really, I'm like, please, I want to be a member. Sign me up. And like, the Anton from 3 months ago would never have joined Telegram for the express purpose of sending strangers hundreds of dollars. But yeah, we'll talk about that more after the ad break. Oh, and during the ad break, I can watch the link that Paul sent over. So I do need to do the ad twice. I will do that now.
Sawa ka na ba sa unactivated Windows mo? Well, lucky you! Pinakabago mula sa cdkeyoffer.com. Windows 10 and Windows 11 activation codes. Legit, safe, at pinakamura. Madali lang umorder. Hanapin ang Windows version na gusto mo. Piliin ang preferred payment method. Wala pang 5 minutes, nag-CDK ka na para sa Windows mo. Marami na kaming natulungan.
Dati, sad and depressed ako. But now, I found the love of my life.
Dati, aimless and walang purpose ang life ko. But now, I'm a world-class Zumba instructor.
So, web developer ako and content creator for a YouTube channel. And ngayon, ganun pa rin ako pero activated na yung Windows ko.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkeyoffer.com.
Check out tdkoffer.com.
Check out cdkeyoffer.com. Wait, guys, I'm still watching the link that that Paul John sent. Basically, yes, that is how crypto traders be like. Yep. So yeah, so part of educating myself was really like going on crypto Twitter and finding out sino ba yung mga matino, hindi yung mga siraulo lang na Bitcoin to 100K or like palaging bear, palaging bull, or yung mga yun nga, a big part of my education, my modern education, yun nga, like, I guess I could say, like, my approach to crypto trading before was very amateurish. I think I had a good sense on what to buy, but yung kulang sa skill set ko was figuring out yung general trending market. Like, does the market want to go up or does the market want to go down? So when I started, going through crypto Twitter, I was really looking for people who made sense, na who could fill that hole in my skill set. Risk assessment, I think I do okay. Not getting too carried away, being a little dispassionate, I think I do okay. But the one hole I think in my skill set was that I wasn't, whether kasi I looked down on TA, technical analysis or whatever, I couldn't quite get a good sense on next week akit ba yung market. Like, what is the general sentiment of the market? So I really looked through crypto Twitter and I found some people that really made sense. Their calls were pretty much spot on. I mean, nobody's 100%, but this guy, he's Dr. Profit. I know, right? I mean, yeah. His name is Dr. Profit on Twitter. And they all have goofy names on crypto Twitter. But goofy name aside, like sobrang spot on niya. So when I had some gains from trading, I really made it a point. Tas sakto kasi it was like the 4-year anniversary of his Telegram group. So instead of like the lifetime membership in his Telegram group was 1,300 or 1,400 at the time, kasi paakyat. But since it was the 4th anniversary, I think it's only like 700 or so, or 650 or something like that. US dollars. So that's a lot of money, but I'm like, I really need to know like his thoughts. He seems to like medyo conspiracy theories. Dr. Profit. I'm like, he talks about market manipulators and things like that, which I don't necessarily buy. I feel that if you feel that there's a conspiracy behind every corner, medyo it's not credible advice. But I can't argue with his accuracy rate. Like super, like the most spot on I've ever seen anybody on crypto Twitter. And that's what I need. Like someone to tell me that ito yung medyo bottom natin. I might be off by 1,000, 2,000, but generally I expect the market to go down, aabot dito, or I expect the market to go up, aabot dito. So that like really fit my needs. So I sent him the money, and it was a real pain in the ass. If you want to join these Telegram groups, kasi yung problema sa Telegram, if you're from the Philippines, they don't allow you to send messages to people who are not in your contact list. So paano ka magme-message na, hey, I want to join your channel or your private Telegram group? So it was a real like, and then nagkataon na when I finally decided to join the group, it was a limited time offer. So I had to message him right away, but I did not have a Telegram account before that. So when I downloaded it, bago pa lang ako, and so I had to research, why can't I message? Nabablock ako, parang ganon. So I found out that if you pay Telegram, like if you're a premium Telegram subscriber, which is only like 200 pesos naman a month, you can send messages to people even not in your contact list. So I immediately subscribed. But even then, it wasn't allowing me. So I had to talk to the bot of Telegram, and the Telegram bot was like, oh, if you were blocked. I'm like, but I wasn't blocked. I'm just a number from the Philippines. Apparently, if you're a number from the Philippines, you're automatically a scammer or a spammer, rather, for Telegram. And it was like, oh, well, I basically parang na-block ka dati even though wala kang ginawa, you were never blocked before, and you need to wait 24 hours. I'm like, oh God, parang I just want to get into this group. I have the money naman. I don't want to pay like $500 more, 1,300 instead of 700. But finally, after like 12 hours, the Telegram system allowed me to send a message. As I'm now in the lifetime membership of Dr. Crypto's, Dr. Profit's Telegram group for crypto. And so yeah, that's been part of my, like, I would never have done that 4 months ago, like send money to a stranger, and $700 is a lot of money. But yeah, I mean, I'm really invested in the actual literal sense of putting in money. I'm investing time, investing money into riding the crypto wave, because a lot of credible analysts, at least in my mind, are really very bullish. Like the all-time high of Bitcoin was $69,000 to 1 Bitcoin. I think we're gonna easily shatter that now and relatively soon. But yun nga, medyo magulo kasi there are some analysts that say that right before the halvings, around maybe mid-March for our timeline, makakababagsak yung presyo. That's how it's been for the last cycles. The problem is Bitcoin just seems to want to fly. Like it is, and it's usually naman may rally pre-halving. But the problem is parang it just wants to fly now. So I don't know. So we're already in the pre-halving rally. Prices are going up. Will we see an all-time high prior to the halving? I mean, that's crazy to me. And will it keep going up past prior to the halving? But again, I'm not good at predicting those general trends. That is why I am now a member of Dr. Crypto's Telegram group. So yun, but it's been a wild time, and when you're down, you're nervous. When you're up, you're nervous. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. But why I do Cryptowatch every month, aside from the fact that I promised the sponsor that we would stream 4 streams a month. It's also because I think it's not financial advice, but for me personally, given the rate of possible return, it's not a smart bet to completely ignore crypto. And again, you look, all investments naman are, as Paul John mentioned, parang risk reward. You put money into a stock, you have no idea whether, there's always a chance that stock can plummet or it can go up. But you look at, is the A, does the company have a good leader? B, are they making money? C, do they have plans? Do they have good plans to make more money in the future and things like that? So you're trying to tell yourself that this is a good bet. This stock is a good bet. Crypto is exactly the same. You look for different things, but basically you're trying to assess, is this crypto, is my investment, is that a good bet? It's really like taking, I don't get to play a lot anymore. And even back in the day, I didn't play a lot, but I really enjoyed grinding it out on the poker table with friends. I never did like these professional competitions or like kahit yung mga stranger, yung papasok ko lang and then maglalaro ka with strangers. I never did that. I had a friend who really got into it, but I never did it. But I enjoyed just the simple like, and I'm not a big math guy. Again, I was a literature major in college, so I'm not a big math guy. But just like intuitively, like trying to figure out like, is this a good bet? And you do some basic numbers in your head, like when you're playing poker. And sometimes you just want to take a risk. Sometimes you just want to see. Sometimes you just want to see that river. If you're familiar with poker terms. And sometimes you're already pot committed. You've already put enough money in that. Sayang lang if you just need to pay the big blind. It's all risk analysis, cost benefit. Because if you play the game smart, in the long run, even if in the short term you lose, but in the long run, you will make money. And there's a saying on crypto Twitter na dumb bulls beat smart bears. You might be super good at timing the downs of the market, but it's really hard to do shorts properly. It's really hard to time your bets na babagsak yung market compared to dumb bulls na, I'm just gonna buy and I'm gonna wait until it goes up. There's not much thinking involved, but over the long term, since prices go up, dumb bulls beat smart bears. So so for me, it's like really a poker thing. I enjoy the kind of like the risk reward dimension of trying to figure out which coins, which people to listen to. Because at the end of the day, it is really my money, right? So whether I put my money into a coin or not, the ultimate decision is up to me. So there are a lot of factors now, like kind of pushing why the price might go up. The terms people are using now are hindi na to the moon. It's like parabolic, teleportation, price teleport from 52K to 70K. Sobrang bilis nung the God candle, like how you trace a graph and then like it shoots up. Everybody's waiting for the God candle. So like I feel 2024 is a really good year. Like you don't need to know a lot of math. I don't know a lot of math. What you need is like, you need to start. Like hindi lang puro theoretical na that sounds like a good idea, I'll get into it. You really have to have money, you have to have skin in the game. You have to start watching the prices a little bit. You have to start putting a little money in. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just buy Bitcoin now and then wait if the all-time high and beyond will hit it. So there are ways that you can invest that don't take up a lot of time naman. But really, the fundamental thing you need to do is to start now. Like I really think like Again, it's not financial advice, but for me, and I have put my money where my mouth is. For me, now is an excellent time to get into it, especially if you want to. And like another term, crypto Twitter likes using a lot is generational wealth. Like the money that you generate this cycle, this top, it's so much that can change your life, whether that's paying off student debts if you're in the States, buying a new house if you're here, setting aside some money for the education of your kids. I mean, whatever. The furnace, the old expression is strike when the iron is hot. The furnace is just starting to heat up now. So I think now is a really good time to get into it if you're interested. I don't do any other like commodities. I don't do commodities. I don't do FX. I don't do stocks. Because I feel that go where you're good at. I have no knowledge about commodities or about stocks or about forex. But yung crypto, I have been observing it since Bitcoin was just single digits, like $7 to a Bitcoin. But you could still CPU mine instead of GPU mine, instead of ASIC mine. So I have been a miner before. I have traded before. I had money on Mt. Gox. I mean, old timers in the crypto space. Those are all familiar terms. So I've been in the space for a very long time, and that's why I concentrate here instead of concentrating on other markets. Because you know when you don't know. Like I don't know. I wouldn't know about forex. I wouldn't know about gold. I wouldn't know about stocks. But crypto. Like I'm not saying I know a lot about crypto, but at least the comfort level is there, and kind of like I've been around the block, so I've seen my portfolio go to zero because I didn't cash out right away. That feeling you held on too long. So I've been there. I've seen Bitcoin go from something that nerds talk about to something that's talked about on Wall Street, on financial shows. So yeah, that's why I'm more comfortable in the crypto space because I have been around it for a long time. I've had some success with it, but I've also had my I've also had my times when I've been in the red, times where I'm like, oh my effing god. And 2 weeks ago, it was really 2 weeks ago, end of January was just like. And they were I wasn't thinking. So you always need to be kind of thinking about like why am I making this trade? Are my inputs, like the things that I've been thinking about, are they still valid? And just be more thoughtful about the trades. I was like, looking back on it now, I was very cavalier about the shorts kasi inisip ko, mga 87 yung Sol nun eh. It was like 87. Sol now is around like 116, like $116 to one Sol. Back when I shorted it, it was around 87, I think. And I was thinking, kasi bumaba siya to around 80 eh. I wasn't looking at 80 as the bottom, but I was like, 87, it shot up dramatically. Kahit umabot yun ng 83, I pocketed like a short profit, a small profit. I thought it was a good bet. But all bets naman look good at the time. But those were terrible bets in hindsight. So, yun. So to summarize this episode, a lot of people, with good reason, I feel, think that Bitcoin will shoot up dramatically very soon. We're talking about within the next couple of weeks. And in the long term meaning the rest of this year, Bitcoin up only, basically, is what a lot of people think. I have gone down the rabbit hole. And I've following crypto Twitter. I'm on Telegram now. I've paid to get into private Telegram groups. I've experimented with copy trading, both of real people and of bots. The Bybit bots are amazing. The master traders on Bybit, at least, not so much. Like I made something, but I wasn't like thrilled by it. And then the bots, they need to be the futures bots. And medyo kailangan rin may timing. They only kind of make money, I notice, if the market goes up. So don't use those bots like if the market is kind of like going sideways. Maybe use a different kind of bot. Because may mga, I don't know, Nightingale bots or something. Because I tried a different bot. Oh, I'm actually down now. Wait, So my future sold bot is actually down now slightly by 0.8%. My martingale bot is up 1.12%. So I mean that's something. Baka you want to, I mean, it's always have varied investment strategies, diba? But the futures bot, yun nga, that's the one I put into na $2,000, and then 2 days later nag 1,000. It had a return of like 1,000. 1 day, 8 hours, 23 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, the Rune. I tried a bot na Rune Future. So Rune is also a different crypto. And that was the one talaga oh God, I was getting a heart attack. Like it would go down, like malapit na yun ma-auto-terminate kasi Bybit has an auto-terminate now. Okay, you've lost enough money. I think it's time, to call it a day. I got 2 emails from Bybit at different times saying na, oh, malapit na yung bot mo, mata-terminate na yan. But the bot finally, got it together, and the market got it together, and I was able to make a profit naman on that bot. But I really had to hold on for that bot. So that was I was running that bot for 2 days, 20 hours, 51 minutes. Respectable return naman from that bot in the end. But yeah, it was a real pain in the ass. Waiting for it to materialize something. Like, di man lang, I mean, okay man lang yung $100 loss, $200 loss. I mean, that's part of the game, diba? But parang like it like dropped to like $1,000+ loss na paper loss. Like, but I have 2 bots running now. A futures bot na Sol, which is slightly down, and a futures martingale, which is slightly up now. So, well, yun nga, you choose the investments na that you put in, that you choose on the bots that you are putting money into. So yun, that has been. And so I'm trying a lot of different things now. Getting advice from who I feel are credible people on Twitter and on Telegram. I'm buying into coins that I've never done before. API 3, OP. So yeah, just a rundown. Like these are coins that I have money in now that I've never heard of before today. Di naman today, but I mean, this cycle. API 3, OP, IMX, DYM, PITH, PYTH, Blur. Jupiter, I kind of heard about it naman. It's slightly up with Jupiter. Yeah, so I mean, but those are just some of the coins na I had no knowledge about before. But yeah, because I've gone down the rabbit hole. Those are some of the coins that I've thrown money at. Yun. So it's wild to think, just like I do this once a month. The last January one was, I think, right before the Bitcoin spot ETF approval. And yet that seems like so long ago. That was such a wild time, and now it's just a wild time again. This rally before the halving, will it come down prior to the halving? And again, yeah, it's very hard to say. I don't know. But at least whatever happens, I mean, I am proud of myself for picking myself up from the November losses, from the January losses, for educating myself some more about crypto. So top 200, top 300 futures trader on Kraken, which is a major international exchange. 200% return after 7 days. I think, not bad. And again, it doesn't take anything special. Yeah, all the way, baby, Paul John. Up only tayo. So, it doesn't take anything special to get this result. It's just watching people on Twitter, having a good appetite for risk, willing to risk a little money. I'm not a super math person. I'm not a super of the logarithm, the Fibonacci number, whatever's. No, not for me. But even if you're not like that, even if you're like me, as evidenced by my results, you can still make quite a good profit on crypto. On that note, I hope your bags get heavier. I hope your longs are good. Stay away from shorts. They will F you up. And I will see you next month for another Cryptowatch. But of course, we do have a lot of content coming out on the channel. We're gonna do a price watch episode very soon, maybe Monday. Please do check out the podcast episode we did yesterday about online dating, which I thought was very interesting. And yun. So yeah, and if you're thinking of starting out on crypto, the two videos below that I did, I think spell out the basic steps very well. Thanks, Christian Espinosa. The raffles, usually we have them closer to to December. But I do need to follow up on a chair. Like a brand offered to send us a chair, so I'm gonna review it, and then maybe that one we can raffle off. I'm not too sure, but wala pang immediate plans for a raffle. Yun. Thanks very much. Thanks so. Thanks so much for watching. I have to go have dinner now. Bye. I have to have dinner now. I'm gonna have dinner now. Bye, guys.